Danger at Dunwater. That reminds me of a very old joke. At Dunwater, can I do something else now? Hello everyone. Today I've been taking a look at Danger at Dunwater, which is a direct sequel to The Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. I'm hoping everybody's okay and life is treating you well. Now we're coming to the end of summer, we're heading straight towards the fall. You have shorter days and longer nights, which is not something I'm a great fan of. If I had a choice to do so, I'd move to the southern hemisphere and enjoy the shorter days. The longer days and shorter nights. And when it turns into winter there, I come back over here for the summer here, so I can enjoy much more sunshine all year round. But that's a pipe dream. Anywho, yes, we're taking a look now at Danger at Dunwater, which is the direct sequel to The Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. And in that particular model, the playing characters investigate a haunted house and discover that it's actually a smuggling operation. And there's a ship outside the shores of the house, which the playing characters go and investigate. And on that ship they have clues that tell them that the lizard men are buying and stockpiling a huge store of weaponry. Quite what purpose they don't really know, but that's what the smuggling operation is all about. So those clues then alarm the villagers, or rather the politicians of Saltmarsh itself. So they send the playing characters out into the wilds to investigate, particularly the lizard man lair, find out what they're going to do and try and stop it if they can. Now Saltmarsh itself is, in this particular model, as well as in Saltmarsh, the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, it's not hugely detailed. They put the model together, but they expect you as a dungeon master to flesh out the whole town itself, putting the characters in there, the buildings, the road map, the whole works. And they use that, they want to use it as a space of operations for the playing characters, and use the dungeon master to sort of put the flesh on the bones, if you like. Now, because these models are aimed at the low character levels 1 to 4, it's sort of surmised that the beginner models for both players and also for dungeon master. So I suspect that the expectation then of asking the dungeon master who's only just started to play the game, him or her, flesh out the entire town, is going to be a little bit of too much to ask for. And so I don't think that a dungeon master, especially a novice one, will be so willing to take on the task, because devising the town can be quite a large undertaking, and you've got to start remembering the names of every character that the playing characters meet in the town, and where they live, and so on and so forth. So my suggestion for this is to take up Daggerfoot, which is in the model under Illifarm. Use that as Saltmarsh. I mean, the locale is perfect because it's near the coastal areas, and also there's a salty marshland area where the lizard men reside in that particular model. So it can be perfect then for using this particular model as well. So lifting that out and stealing or cribbing everything you can from Daggerfoot is using that as Saltmarsh would probably be the way to go. So now, when Spencer said that, then the player characters are rewarded for actually going to the place where the lizardmen are. But they sort of say that why don't you use the ship to get there, or use that for means of transport. Basically, this company exclusive this model, not to do so. They just want you to go overland. So you play along with that, and you come across the swamp area where the lizard men live, and excuse me, encounter whatever creatures they can in there. And then the Illifarm is the same thing as well. We use the Daggerfoot encounter table, or for the area around Daggerfoot, and it's perfect for the low level in this particular model as well. So yes, definitely use the Illifarm. I would recommend it. So when they get there then, they go to the lizard man lair, the playing characters, and it depends on what kind of party the player characters have. If you have an evil party, then anything's fair game, and if you have a good aligned party, then their conscience is brought to question, or their what they call it, the motives according to the question, when they suddenly realise that there's a big plot twist in there, which make the player characters sit back and sort of get a little bit shocked. I won't give away the plot twist because it's spoiled the adventure for those who are listening now who want to play it. The Dungeon Master who read the model will know what the twist I'm talking about. And it's always interesting to see the reactions on the faces of the players when they realise that it's not quite what they thought it would be. And their motives, their morality and everything else according to the question. And it's up to them to decide what they have to do about it. For the evil playing characters, it don't bother them one bit. For the good, it does. For the neutral, it depends. So it's one of the more interesting plot twists in a low-level model that I've come across in many a year. And I like it. And it's great for sort of putting a sort of self-restraint, if you like, on the over-enthusiasm and the more bloodthirsty player characters that obviously the playing group, you know exactly what they're like. Sometimes they think kill everything in sight and not worry about anything. So that's that. Now, being a UK model, I'm not going to claim any bias in this because I'm a British citizen myself, but generally speaking, the UK models were of far higher standard than the American counterparts were. Especially this one, this is no different. I mean, Saltmarsh is really good, high quality, and this one is also exactly the same. It's written by the same people, so you can pretty much expect that. And it also carries on then to the final enemy, the third and last model in the series. That's another high quality one as well. So you can pretty assure that what you get with this particular one is a really solid adventure, and is a brilliant, I wouldn't say brilliant, but it's a very, very good sequel to the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. So running these two models, one straight after the other, will do you no harm whatsoever. And then when you come to the final enemy, well, I have some thoughts about that, which I probably will cover in a later review. But these two are, for my money, the well worth purchasing and well worth running as well. And the player characters, or the players, sorry, will have a blast when their characters through it. And the Dungeon Master will enjoy reading the models and stuff, and enjoy thinking about the kind of encounters they will have with the players, and sort of working their way through the different permutations, if you like. This model does help a lot because, like I said, it's sort of aimed at the low-level characters and also perhaps the beginner and Dungeon Master, so it's not exactly handheld all the way through, but there's certain information in there which does help a lot for the novice Dungeon Master. So they will have an absolute blast playing it. I certainly did back in the day, especially with Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, which I thought was absolutely wonderful the moment I picked it up. And this one is exactly the same. So thank you very much for listening, and yes, I hope you have a good day, and yeah, rock on.